Okay, fine, you got me. The title was clickbait. I didn't fail out of community college. I failed a class at community college, which I think should be an accomplishment. I think I should get an award. I think people should say, oh my gosh, Caleb, you failed community college? Congratulations. They should give me a degree because I failed this class. Tell me why? I turned in the wrong file. I turned in the wrong file, and that's all it takes. My world falls apart. In my defense, at least it wasn't an adult video or some kind of picture of My Little Pony, Friendship is Forever. Imagine if that was my failure. But no, I turned in the wrong file, and I realize I'm not gonna pass this class. The most frustrating thing about this is that I guarantee you there are people who have way more responsibility and they are way less technically competent than me. Yes, I'm gonna say I'm very technically competent. Just because I didn't turn in the right file twice doesn't mean I can't do it a third time. So we're gonna leave it at that. The worst part about this is that not only do I have to now come up with the $400 to take the class again, I gotta add on my resume that I failed a community college class, which, you know, I'm not gonna lie, my resume is looking pretty dry because I have no work experience. So maybe failing this class could count as relevant experience, which I could use to drop fries at McDonald's. But with the way things are going, I don't even think McDonald's will take me with my failed community college career. So we'll leave it at that. Failing this class, it's weird. I've failed so many times. I've failed at so many things. I have failed so much that it's not even, I wasn't even sad. I didn't even get anxious. I didn't get depressed. I said it is what it is, and I moved on to the next thing. Because what am I gonna do? The professor, she's out here getting a city of Dallas check. She doesn't even know where the money comes. It could be money laundering. It doesn't. She's miserable. Probably has I guarantee you, she goes home to her husband, watches some Netflix, eats some Cheerios for dinner, doesn't cook, and that's her life. Like, that is my community college. That is her life, and she is out here not responding to my emails. Which, granted, you know, like I said, I'm not a great student. I am not an exemplary student. I am not the example. Do not be like me. If anything, if I were to write my autobiography, it's what not to do. I would create a new YouTube format, how to not be a community college student, because that is what I have created. I have created the anti-student, which I've got to hand it to myself. I don't know how I did it, but I found a way, which I should get some kind of accomplishment. The worst part is I had to tell my parents. That I failed this community college class. And the thing is, now that I've failed the community college class, I have officially failed at every level of education. From high school to college to grad school, now to community college. I can add that list of failure. Yes, I am collecting failures like Thanos is collecting Infinity Stones. Another one. And I could not be any happier. At this point, when I snap my fingers, I'm not gonna get a degree. I'm just going to have debt. Yes, I'm gonna have lovely, lovely debt. That's what I get when I collect all these Infinity Stones of failure. Because the more you stay in school, the more debt you acquire. Welcome to America, buddy. The American dream. And failing this class is just, I hate that it's required for my major. But that's kind of how life works. You know, these degree plans, and the thing is, the people who come up with this, they're definitely thinking, how can we mess with the students? How can we make their life so useless? Tell me, I have to take political science and art as a senior because, you know, why not? Why not take political science and art? Why don't you take political science and art? Because the people, I guarantee you, the people up that write the laws never took political science and art. And they're the ones that are in charge of this country. This whole experience taught me that At this point, failure is just a part of it. It's my greatest teacher, Bill Gates once said that failure is a great teacher that he learns from success. But Bill Gates also has billions of dollars to his name, so he can afford to fail. He can afford to fail over and over and over and over and over again. He could try to buy a spaceship, it could blow up, and he could buy another one. I can't even do that. Boys out here counting pennies for a Happy Meal at a Big Mac or something like that. That's what I'm doing. We persevere. We persevere. You know why we persevere? Because I've made it this far and there's no going back. I'm way in too deep. If I try to go back, someone they got a price on my head. Like they got some off, you don't see the red dot, but it's like they're waiting for that confirmed kill to get me. So I can't go back. And we'll see. Because this is one of those things where now I have to wait 9 months. I could have a whole baby. Well, I can't have a baby, but I would have to get a girl pregnant. But I have to wait a whole 9 months before I can finish this, before I can get this behind me. Because now this is gonna lurk over me for the next 9 months. I have to think, I've got to retake this class. I got to go back to community college. And that's not something, there's a lot of places I would way rather be, man. Community college ain't one of the, you'll catch me going back to therapy. You'll catch me go, Caleb, how does that make you feel? What does this image remind you of? You would way catch me going back to therapy than going back to community college. But sometimes, on the road to success, it's a small price to pay. It's a small price to pay for that liberation that we all need and that I definitely need to finish this degree program because I am beyond burnt out. The amount of AI I've used to get to this far is disgusting. If anything, I owe my degree to ChatGPT. Thanks for watching this video. If you liked, please like and subscribe. My socials will be linked down below and at the end of this video, so we'll be back soon. Thank you so much.